Hello YouTube haunters, Brad Goodspeed here. I recently completed an interview for Hauntcast. For those of you that are subscribers, that'll appear in the March edition, in which Chris Baker and I discuss a number of the things to do with the haunt, how props were made, the idea behind the haunt, etc., etc. One of the things we discussed was the marketing of the haunt. Now this is a free home haunt, but marketing is the best word I can think for the various ways that we promoted it. And one of those ways that I didn't discuss with Chris, and that I didn't discuss in my post a few days ago regarding the backstory of the haunt, which if you haven't seen, I suggest you take a look at, is the character named Harlan Pitfield. Now Harlan is this guy that we thought up, played by my friend Sean, who serves as the greeter at the haunt. We realized we had never had a greeter before, and we realized that we desperately needed one. And since every other guy who's involved in the haunt gets to play a character, we wanted our greeter to play a character as well. So we developed this guy, Harlan Pitfield. And instead of just making him be some character that people would show up to the haunt and not know who he was, I figured let's try and work him into the marketing ahead of time and take advantage of the fact that we have our first character that can speak. None of the characters in our haunt have ever spoken. We do not speak to the children ever. We never break character. Nor do we ever break character in the marketing of the haunt. If you go to the web page or the Facebook page, there's no way to get from there to here. You YouTubers are the only people in the know as to how we put this haunt together and the behind the scenes part of it. So I figured let's use this Harlan character to our advantage before people even come to the haunt. So what we did is create an entire social media profile for this character. 2 or 3 months before the haunt, we started writing a daily blog for the character. We made a Facebook page, we made a YouTube channel, we shot some videos, we did all this different stuff. And then we got this Harlan character who was played by my friend Sean, but my brother and I actually controlled all the social media stuff and did all the writing for it. What we did is start adding friends and adding friends of friends and posting on other people's posts that were public on Facebook and all over social media wherever we could, commenting on things and trying to get people to ask themselves, who is this guy? Who is this Harlan Pitfield character? On the blog, for example, we would write the craziest, weirdest stuff we could think of and post the strangest videos. I'll show a couple of them to you here right now.
Saw them again last night. In my fields. Not sure what they're up to, but something's going on.
Explore the Russian legend of the Domovoy.
Harlan, what you doing, man? I hear coyotes, man. Let's go. Harlan.
I'm an old boy. This is what I was telling you about. I built this thing up like 5 times in the past week. They keep tearing this down.
What was that?
There.
I don't know. I can't see any. What are you talking about?
There.
Dude, I seriously hear a coyote. What the fuck? We should go? Alright, let's go, man. Let's go.
Now, some of this will make a little more sense if you're familiar with the backstory, and once again, you can refer back to my post from a few days ago. But in any case, they're meant to be crazy. All of this is meant to be crazy and sound extremely strange. That was the idea. Harlan is supposed to be this crazed conspiracy theorist who lives on a farm in the Rouge Valley, which is close to my home, and is trying to get everyone to understand that there is something evil brewing in the forest and that it's coming, and it's coming on Halloween, and everybody should be careful. That was the whole idea. In fact, it sort of hit its zenith when I wrote this bogus newspaper article and photoshopped it into this picture that you see here, and then put it out on Facebook. And by the time all this had sort of come to its culmination, right before Halloween, all kinds of people were sharing this image, going, "Have you heard this story? Who is this crazy guy?" You know, we actually went and found one of these guys who sell corn at the side of sort of country roads, and we asked him if we could just pose in front of his truck and take pictures. And you know, we tried to all make it seem as convincing as possible, so that you know, Harlan would be real and he would sort of be an advantage to our haunt. And he's worked his way into the story now in a million different ways that I'm going to take advantage of next year. I'll just read you one of the typical blog posts that we would put up for Harlan all the time, and I invite you to check out his blog below. Now, a lot of this content were things that we just, like, we do searches for craziest blogs in the world, and you know, find these weird random posts and just cut and paste, but some of them we would write, and here's an example. It's called Opossum. Saw an opossum on the bridge right by Cedar Trailhead. Guess it was 1 o'clock in the morning and real dark in the forest. It's weird because they're not usually around here. Too many coyotes. Actually, I never see opossums, not in 2 years. I remember because I saw one the day after Mom died. Stood on the bridge in the dark for an hour watching that opossum. Every so often people drove by and got scared because I was standing on the bridge in the dark looking down at something. Must have thought I was praying. A skinny guy stopped and asked if I needed help, and I asked if he had ever heard any voices in the woods round here. He wouldn't open his window all the way because he was scared a bit. The skinny guy said he couldn't see an opossum, and really thought I should maybe get help. He said he had to leave, but I just wanted to make sure he didn't drive away over the opossum. He said he's pretty sure there's no opossum, and I laughed because I guess he thought I was crazy. I said I know it's not my mom. It's just a regular opossum. I'm not crazy. People always think I'm crazy. So that's an example of the kind of stuff we did. I know it was weird and twisted, but there's all kinds of it. Take a look at the blog if you like that kind of stuff. We just really racked our brains to think of the craziest, weirdest things. And again, leading right up to Halloween, when Harlan's profile started getting shared around the internet, at least by the local teenagers and stuff who live in this area, people were like, "Who is this weird guy? What's going on?" So anyways, it was just kind of a neat little thing we did to try and draw people in. Harlan lives on. He's actually, you know, part of our plans for 2013's haunt. We may move him from the greeter position into a room inside the haunt somewhere. But just thought I'd share that with you. Have a look around his blog if you'd like to see some weird stuff. And, you know, leave your comments below. And happy haunting.